Welcome to the 1990s Gladiator Round Tournament. Today's matchup features Dorian Yates versus Flex Wheeler, and I have to say, this is more than just a Gladiator Round matchup, this is a special one. Unreal, both of these gentlemen. This is going to be a tough one. Now, here in the front relaxed position, and I think just those flaring lats, the first thing I see. I think that is just one thing that Flex can't combat against. He's doing a good job as far as the legs are concerned. Of course, look at those calves of Dorian. Even from the front, they bulge. But I'd say Flex has a better set of wheels. Dorian's are thick and massive and grainy as well. But when I look at those lats again, and the pecs, Dorian Yates just a little bit too massive. Gets a slight edge here, but this is definitely my opinion. It could go either way. I have Flex Wheeler getting a slight edge in this here front double bicep pose. Just that classical shape that he brings to this pose is unreal. Dorian has all the tools there. Good small waist, really, when you look at those lats. Massive legs. But I just don't know. There's something weird about his biceps. Just doesn't really sell this one to me. Now, Flex Wheeler, I'll buy a ticket to that show every time. The gun show, that is. I mean, those biceps could be a little bit more hard and grainy, I must say. There's not much detail. But when I look at Dorian's, there's even less. Flex Wheeler takes this one for sure, in my opinion. Now, here in the front lat spread. And there is just no way that Wheeler can touch Big Dorian. His front, you notice Dorian's front lat spread is a little Dorian-esque. Starting with the bad jokes already. I must say, Flex does look fantastic in this. His conditioning is spot on. Those delts seem to be a little bit suspicious, perhaps some synthal. But it's not that evident. I'm not dinging him for that. I'm looking at those lats, and Dorian's look like two big growths underneath of his arms. Unreal. The best in the business. Definitely takes a point in this one. And just in case you were wondering where the large version of Flex Wheeler was, here it is. Now, all the other poses, his midsection was too distended. It just took away from his aesthetics. But here in the side chest, oh my soul, he has that gut hidden, and he is just so thick. He was trying to give Ronnie Coleman a run for his money in the size. He was definitely playing the size game. And I must say, it definitely favored his side chest pose. He's dwarfing Dorian Yates. Dorian kind of shrunk in terms of this pose. I mean, when you can compare it to other poses, like the front lat spread. So in my opinion, this is an awesome back and forth battle. Flex Wheeler takes one. And now Dorian takes one back. I cannot believe this, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see it here. It's one for Dorian, one for Flex. Back and forth, back and forth. What a matchup. This is one of the best. All these second round matchups are just unreal. To be honest with you, I don't think there's too many bodybuilders ever to be able to beat Dorian in the side tricep. One of his underrated poses, I believe, known for the front lat spread, but I'm here to tell you, and a lot of the back shots as well, but they're here to come. I'm here to tell you this side tricep is the best in the business. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is the best. Look at that calf even. He hawks that in there to play. Flex Wheeler, never the best pose for him at all. And now we finally get into some back shots. And this one is no surprise to me. This was never a great pose for Flex Wheeler. Now in this version he is quite massive. And the other more leaner versions he did have some glute development, but he was so small that it just did not even compare at all to Dorian Yates. At least this one here, he is doing battle as far as the size of the back is concerned. But that hard, grainy nature of Dorian Yates is just almost impossible to beat here in the rear lat spread. So this is the first, Dorian's the first one to get 2 victories in a row. Still a very close contest. Now here in the rear double bicep, and it is a whole different story for Flex Wheeler. This is one of the best rear double biceps in the business. Of course, Dorian Yates may be the best. Unbelievable symmetry there in Flex Wheeler, so I would definitely have no argument if somebody were to say Flex Wheeler is winning this, for sure. But when you look at that hard, grainy nature of Dorian Yates, the size of the traps, and when I look at the lower back, the conditioning of Yates is untouchable. The separation in those hamstrings is really the clincher in this one. But like I said, that hard graininess, the vascularity, look at the size of those traps alone. Flex Wheeler is giving everything he has in this rear double bicep, and it is so close, it's almost too close to call, but I have to pick Yates. This most muscular is a no-brainer in my opinion. Flex Wheeler just looks too round and three-dimensional. Look at those big bowling ball biceps. Might be some synthol thrown in there, but what the heck. Dorian Yates just does not look good in this pose whatsoever. Now, he is occupying a lot of space there. He is massive. Much more larger than Flex Wheeler. But look at the bulging muscles on Wheeler. And those feathering in the thighs? Unreal. Never realized he had such good feathering. That is definitely the clincher in this most muscular pose. Now here in the ab and thigh, and this is a very lean version of Dorian Yates, doing quite a bit of battle in the ab department. Almost might even be taking it if not for those fantastic set of abs of Flex Wheeler. When you look at the thigh, the feathering, no doubt this goes to Flex Wheeler. And I hate to take you guys on an emotional roller coaster like this, but Dorian Yates had won this event after the second back shot victory. I just wanted to finish this up to show you how close this was. This was right down to the final pose. But here is your winner, Dorian Yates, and he does advance in this tournament. Whoop. Now there just remains one more matchup in the second round of action. Sean Ray versus Nasser Al-Sanbadi. And that one might even rival today's matchup. Should be a good one for sure. One to look forward to. Hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day.